Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a 2 looks, 1 palette using the Juvia's Place Chocolates palette. And if you have seen my first impressions, which I'll have up there or down below, I fell head over heels in love with this. I was so giddy in that video. I do apologise in advance if you haven't seen it already. I was very hyper because of how good my makeup looks in the video. I just loved how it turned out. And when I did an Instagram story and everyone was like, oh my god, your makeup, you're wearing brown, what the hell? You never wear brown, because I don't. Like, it's very rare. Like, this is brown, but this is like a weird brown. That was actually a brown smoky and I'm so happy with it. This is our lovely little palette. It's so like cute and compact and I love it. This is our beautiful dark, deep, chocolatey, grungy dream of a colour story. It's 4 mattes and 2 shimmers. The 2 up here, I've said it before, I said it in the first version, so you didn't need both. This is a bit warmer, this is a bit cooler. You have 2 nice shimmers. You could have done with another shimmer maybe in the palette or something like that. It's beautiful. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 colours on me right now, and I love how this one turned out. I will have to see how look number 2 turns out to see which one's my favourite. I haven't done it yet, so yeah, we'll have to see how that looks. If you want to see any up close pictures of my face, like my full face, and then up close eye pictures to see all the lovely details, then my Instagram is linked down below. The pictures of this will go up on that in a day or 2 after this video goes up. I don't know, I don't have an exact day or time frame after the videos. It just depends on when the pictures are there and ready to go, and I feel like I'm ready to post them. So let's get into look number 1, which is this one. Alrighty guys, so let's get into look number 1 using the beautiful Juvia's Place Chocolates palette. If you've seen my first impressions already, you already know that I'm kind of in love with this, even though I've only used it once on my eyeballs. So let's see how I like it after 2 uses, and then 3 uses at the end. So I kind of have an idea. I'm feeling a little bit more of the cooler tones, like this brown, because I use this darker brown, which is slightly warmer. I'm thinking the cooler tones with the cooler sort of deeper bronzy kind of colour. And then this shade I definitely want to bust into. I may still add a bit of warmth in just because I have a bit of an idea with that. But we'll see how that goes. On my face already, I have my base, my brows, and my eyeshadow primer I don't have on. I will put that on in a second. And that is all listed down below, so you can see what I use there. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm all primed and ready to go. We're going to jump into this yellowy, ochre-y kind of colour. Like, when I first seen it in pictures of it, I was like, oh, it's a mustardy yellow. It's not. It's more of an ochre. Like, if you use actual paint colour terms, it's an ochre. And I'm taking that on a number 7 eyeshadow blend and contour. It's essentially their version of a 217 from MAC. This yellowy kind of colour as well is like a sequin. If you know what a sequin is, it's basically a matte with a sparkle kind of in it, but it's nothing like a shimmer. It's not like that at all. So the glitter can just blend away. Now if you really pack it on with a glitter primer, wet your brush, all that kind of jazz, you will get the glitter to stick somewhat, but it's not enough glitter in it to really give you a smooth application anyway. That's a lovely colour. That's really nice, I like that. I'm gonna kind of wing it out a little bit. Just a smidgy. Okay, so that colour did take a little bit of building up. It's kind of the nature of the the colour, I think. So, I don't know. It's good colour, it's a nice colour, it's a good blending colour. I'm not mad at that, it's fine. So now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to deepen it up with this super deep shade here. This is the cooler of the 2 darker browns. They're so dark. They're so nice. And I'm bringing this through the crease as well, just on the outer corner first to get it nice and dark there. Really tapping it off because I don't want too much fall down, because I did get fall down in my first impressions, but not too much, nothing that's not manageable. Okay, I just kind of mapped out where I want it to be, and then I'm going to take my brush with the yellow on it, a little bit more of the yellow just to help blend out that darker shade, and just keep going back and forward between blending and applying the colour until you're happy with it. I just popped it down first to get the general gist of what I wanted, so I can just go to town, blend it out, and then I can add more dark if I feel like I need to. So I've just gone back and forward between all those colours just to get a nice blend going. I've also pulled that darker shade out as well a little bit. Okay, so before we do anything else, I'm going to use that same dark shade on a teeny weeny little brush, just something super small. We're going to use that on the lower lash line, and I'm starting with this colour so I get it nice and dark in my lashes. And that's just going to go onto the lower lash line in between all the lashes. Make sure you connect it on that outer corner, and we're just going to bring that most of the way across. Like, pretty much all the way. Then I'm just taking a little bit more of that yellowy shade on the brush that I used for the yellow shade, just so it's all nice and cohesive. And we're just going to use that on the very tip, just to blend it out like we did the top all the way across, well, most of the way. I'm going to kind of not worry too much about the blend in here because I'm going to use something else to blend that out. I just want the blend to be the same as it is on top. Okay, so I want to get into the shimmer before I do any other extra little bits, and I'm going to use my NYX, my Too Faced glitter primer, glitter insurance or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to use my finger to apply it because I don't want to do a cut crease or anything like that. It's just going to go evenly all over the lid. Now, so the shimmers where I had a little bit of the fallout from this one up here in my first impression. So hopefully we don't get any in this one. Like I said, I've got my glitter primer on. I may still get some, but I'm not too fussed about it. Fallout doesn't bother me. I can always tidy it up, unless it's a black eyeshadow or a blue eyeshadow. They're very difficult. But I'm picking up that kind of cooler shimmer from the palette. It's a bit more of like a golden bronze rather than a red sort of tone, which is what the first shimmer had in it. It's pretty though. This little palette is perfect for blue eyes. Like, I have blue eyes and my eyes look very blue, like extra blue with this palette. Obviously you can wear it no matter what color your eyes are, but if you have blue eyes, check it out and you want to really enhance them, because both looks that I've done with this palette, I noticed my eye color stand out so much more than normal. That is so pretty, stunning, love it. I love the shimmers in this palette. I think they're just the best. I'm gonna take this this brush from V Cosmetics. These don't have any names on them. This is just kind of like a pinched big fluffy brush. I'm gonna take that orange shade because I do want to add this in somewhere. I don't just want to have like the two different tones going on, or two different tones and two different looks. I want to kind of mix it all together because my next one, I think I'm probably gonna do a halo eye of some sort. And I'm just going to pop that in here to blend out that lower lash line. Just as a hint of like a rusty red. It's not going to be like, oh my god, you put like a reddish brown in there. You're not going to notice it unless you really go in and build it up, which I'm going to build it up a fair bit, but I do still want it to be a bit more hazy. I'm just like, oh, is it there? Is it not there? I don't know. That grunge, look at it. Oh my god, when I put lashes and all that on, my mascara and liner and all that, because this looks good, this looks nice, this looks bam. I love it. Okay, I love this look even more. This is way more what I had in mind. So let me jump off. I'm going to do the rest of my face. We'll do liner, lashes, cheeks and lips all off camera, and I'll come back and I'll let you know what I use for my face. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I had a hard time with this lip. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do, so I decided on something. It's a bit of a weird mix, but I'll show you in a second. Let me go through my eyes really quickly. So for my eyes, let me find my liner. It is the Physicians Formula, which I have this so long, never even opened it, and then I was like, this is exactly the kind of liner that I love, so why don't I use it more? Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum. I have mascara on, so I don't know how effective that bit is going to be, but it's in ultra black and it's one of those felt tip liner pens. Super easy to use, got a really nice winged liner because I wanted to keep that effect we have going with the eye. Then I used my Kiko Milano Lasting Precision Automatic Eyeliner and Kohl in the shade number 4, which is, it's like a burgundy. It actually nearly matches that color on the bottom. It's like a warm russety burgundy kind of color. I just thought it'd be nice in the waterline. I was going to do a brown, I was going to do a black, I was going to do a nude, I was going to do a gold, but I thought this would be interesting to add more to my blue eyes, so that's a nice effect. And then as usual, I've got my Essence Get Big Lashes Mascara as my mascara on my top and bottom lashes. And then for my actual lashes, my false lashes, I use the BH Cosmetics D305 lashes. So just super fluffy, but they taper off at the end, so like they give that nice winged out shape, again trying to give that effect. Onto skin, I use these two guys, both from Inglot. They're part of their Freedom system. This is a sculpting powder in the shade 513. Super nice cool tone to kind of go with the, I know it's not a cool toned eye, but like it's cooler tone for the palette and it's quite grungy, so I thought it'd be nice. I got lip gloss on my teeth because I've got a lot of gloss on. Then for my blusher, also from the Freedom system, this is the, what are you called? Fusion Blush and Illuminator in the shade 204, which is a nice neutral, has a bit of pink to it. And I actually used a matte side first, and this bit is a little bit of a shimmer. You can use it as a highlight. I kind of just put it over top of all the blush, but that just wasn't enough for me right now. I needed more shimmer. So I used my Kiko Milano Ocean Feel highlighter in the shade 02 Virtuous Golden Rose. I just think it's really, really pretty, super nice, soft. Not soft, it's not soft at all, Carla. Super nice and shiny, yeah. And then my weird lip combo, I kind of was just making it up as I went along. I use my MAC Chestnut lip pencil, which is a super dark chocolatey brown. I didn't mean for it to go this dark, but it's not as dark as it could be, so I don't mind it too much either. And then I use this guy, which I haven't worn yet. This is Earthling from Melt. It's one of their liquid lipsticks. It's just like a super cool tone brown, but it kind of went a bit grey looking against the makeup, so I was like, we need to warm you up a little bit, and I don't mind adding a gloss to this lip, so yeah. So this is the Catrice Infinite Shine lip gloss. I've no name for it though. The one I did look up online to see if there's anything still similar or if they had it still. They don't seem to have it anymore, but the one I found that's kind of similar is the Catrice Generation Plump and Shine lip gloss in the shade 070 Nude Sapphire. So it's just like a warm nude color, and I actually really like it. I think this ties in lovely with that lower lash line. So yeah, that's my face. Alrighty guys, so this is the look. Like I said in the beginning, if you want to see any up close pictures of this look, then my Instagram is listed down below, so you can see that and go give it a follow. I'm also swatching all of my palettes, so I will eventually get around to doing a swatch video of this on my IGTVs or my reels. I think it's my IGTVs I'm doing them on. And I will be doing this eventually. I don't know when that one's gonna come up, but it will come up soon. And yeah, so go give that a follow down below and you'll see lots more there, and the pictures of this look obviously. And yeah, let's see what we do for look number 2. Okay guys, so let's get into look number 2 using the Chocolates palette. So feeling a halo white. That's kind of the first thing I thought of when I seen this palette in real life. I was like, ooh, nice, super like halo grungy kind of eye. To me, this is a grunge palette. I don't care what people say. To me, in my life, this is my grunge palette. I love this. So I'm thinking about using this shimmer again, which I know I used my first look. If you want to see the other shimmer, that's in my first impressions. And the kind of ochre color again. I may use this. So I may do this bottom row, and then I might add one of the dark ones in if I want to deepen it a little bit more. But we'll just see. We don't have to go super dark with this palette all the time. So I think that's what we'll do. And probably nude lip, I think. Maybe. I already have my skin done pretty much. Brows are on, eyeshadow primer is on, my skin base is all listed down below, and my cheek products are down below because I already have those on because I wanted to use creams today, but I also wanted to set my makeup before I did my eyes, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's all listed down below, but I'll tell you at the end what I used on my actual cheeks anyway. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm actually going to start with this one here, and I'm going to use a 221S brush from MAC. It's the warmest colour in the whole palette. And we're just going to start this on the outer corner. Just little circular motions. You can use a bigger brush, smaller brush, whichever size brush you want to use. Just slowly going to build that up and into the crease a little bit. And then I'm also taking a little bit of that same colour and just pop that on the inner corner and bring that into the crease as well. So I've kind of left a gap in the middle of the crease, but I'm probably going to fill that in anyway with matte colour. So what I'm going to do now is take, this is just a V Cosmetics blending brush. It's not the biggest blending brush. I don't even think, oh no, I think it is the next one down. I'm not sure. There's no names on any of them. It's just one of them. So any sort of soft, fluffy brush that you want to use, I'm going to take that ochre shade and we're going to use that to blend all this out. I'm also trying to keep it more rounded. I don't want to wing it out or anything like that. Just keeping it all nice and round. Because my last two looks were kind of winged out, so why not? Also bringing some of that in here, and I'm going to bring that up a little bit towards the brow. Nothing too insane. We're not going full on Tim Burton vibes here today, but just to get something on. And then just go back and forward between two colours. You can add more of the deeper one, the more red toned one, and then more of this one if you want. Okay, so before we do any shimmers or anything like that, I want to do my lower lash line, and we're going to repeat the process on the bottom as well. So let's go back into the more rusty reddish brown. Taking that, this is a accent brush from Real Techniques, so we're going to take that and tap it off, and that's going to go on the outer third of the lower lash line. just in as far as where your iris is, like as it touches off, not touches off your iris, but comes in towards your iris. That's where we're going to stop. Make sure you connect it to the outer corner as well, very important. Then take a little bit more on that same brush, and we're going to do the same on the inner corner. So, or not inner corner, the inner part of the lower lash line. And that is going to go also as far as where it meets the iris. So the width of your iris should be the little gap that we have in the middle, same as what we have on top. So we can do a whole halo eye all the way around. Then I'm going back in with that ochre yellowy sort of shade and the same fluffy brush we used to blend out the top. Just use that just on the very edge of it and just use that to soften out that edge. You can use a smaller blending brush if you want to. But I have this here and I just cleaned all my brushes and I really don't want it dirty anymore. You ever get that when you like clean your brushes and then you're like, oh, now I have to dirty them all again? So I try not to. I try to use as little brushes as I possibly can. I'm gonna just very softly, shouldn't need too much blending in here because it's such a small area. We'll just do the same in there. Again, you can use your smaller brushes if you want to. If you've lost your little gap in the middle, it's fine. We're going to be like putting shimmer there anyway. It's just to give it a little bit less product there, so when we put the other colour, the shimmer on, it stands out a little bit more. Okay, so now on to the shimmers. We're going to use a little bit of glitter primer. This is my NYX one, like I normally tend to use. I go between my two different glitter primers, which is Too Faced Glitter Insurance and the NYX glitter primer. So taking a little bit of this on a Lavender Luxe from BH Cosmetics number 9 brush, and that is just going to go on the center. Then we're going to take this one here, which is the cooler of the two shimmers that's in here, and it's not the lightest of shimmers, so I may deepen this look a little bit more, hoping I don't have to, but I might. But the shine off it will give that halo effect anyway. It'll bring a little bit of brightness to the eye. It's just that the colour is not super bright. Taking a little bit more on the very tip of that brush, and we're just going to pop that over the glitter primer we popped on the lower lash line. Just in the centre. Then, just because some of the edges, like they're fine. They're fine, I'd be happy enough with that, but I'm just going to take a tiny little dab of that warmer brown again. Just to tap over all my edges. Don't mind the middle bit of the crease there, just the actual edges where it blends into the mattes. Okay, I'm going to deepen it teensy weensy little bit. I don't want to lose the lovely tones we have going on, so I'm actually just going to take this warmer of the two deep ones on that same brush we used for that warmer shade and like a dab, because these are really dark. So we're only really going to pop this kind of more so into my lashes out here. I don't want to bring it into the crease or nothing. I'm literally just rocking it into that little spot right there. I'm going to do the same on in here, just the tiniest dab, nothing even noticeable. And just right into where my lashes are. You can kind of see the difference, particularly on the outer corner, you can see it. It just gives a bit more of that halo effect. And then also taking a tiny dab of that same colour on at the very tip of the little brush that we used. And just into the lashes, just out here. Not even bringing it in as far as the shimmer, I'm just doing a dab into my lashes. Okay, I think I'm done. My inner corner is probably going to be my face highlight anyway, so yeah, I'll do that off camera. And I'm going to do the rest of my eyes, the rest of my face, which is only just my highlighter really, and my lip. I have to pick out a lip. I don't know which one I want to use yet though. So yeah, I'm going to do that and I'll come back in a sec. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I actually really like it. I really like it. It's very warm, very bronzy. My skin is quite bronzy and glowy. I put a bit of highlight on as well because I just wasn't shiny enough. I just need to be more shiny. So let's go quickly through everything that I used on my face. So firstly, to finish off the eyes, all I did was use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Smog. It takes everything within me not to say smog, because I'm a nerdy bitch, but whatever. It's just like a kind of golden bronze. I do have Roach, so if you have that, that would work as well. I was going to use that, but that's a bit closer to like the other shimmer in the palette, like the more warmer kind of shimmer. It's a bit closer to that one. And then Smog is more golden, like this one. So I use Smog because I thought it would go nice with the shimmer that's actually on the lid. And then I just use my Essence Get Big Lashes Mascara, just top and bottom lashes like normal. And then my lashes, I went with my old reliables. These are the Kiss Look So Natural Flirty lashes. I just have a multi-pack of these guys. Super soft, super fluffy, nothing spectacular about them, but they are stunning. Onto cheeks then, I use my Larizzi bronzer stick in Aloha, and not a bronzer stick, it's a shade sticks or something like that it's called, and it's in the shade Aloha. They have 2 shades. This is the lighter one. And then my Inglot AMC cream blush in the shade 91. Super soft, peachy pink, really nice, adds that glowy effect. And then the beaming highlight, like you can see there, and also the highlight that's on my inner corner, is my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek. Super Shock Cheek. That didn't sound right the first time I said it. In Flexitarian. So super soft, super wet, super glossy looking on the skin. It's everywhere and on the inner corner. Then onto my lips. I kind of had an idea in my head, but I didn't really know how to get there. So I got there in the end though. I use my Huda Beauty Lip Contour Lip Pencil in the shade Flirt. It's just like a warm brown. Can go quite dark if you want to, but you could wear it softer if you wanted to as well. So it's a nice, it's actually a really nice colour to have. Then my lipstick is the Clinique, I'm blind, Clinique Lip Colour and Primer in the shade 01 Nude Pop. Just a nice warm nude, soft, glossy kind of sheer colour, just to give a bit of colour and a bit of warmth to it. And then just to kind of add a little bit more neutralness into the lip, I wanted some gloss, and I used my Laura Mercier Lip Glaze in the shade Bare Naked. Super nude, kind of a yellowy nude as well, which is quite nice. It neutralized it down a little bit as well. So that's my face. Okay guys, so that is 2 looks, 1 palette using our Juvia's Place chocolate palette. I love this palette. Now, I mean, with like monochromatic or like one kind of color scheme look of a palette, you are going to get one kind of color scheme. So all my looks the past couple of videos on Instagram are going to be bronzy, dark brown kind of colors, because that's generally the vibe of this palette. So that's kind of what you're going to get. It's the same with the pinks. You're only going to get all pink looks out of a pink palette. So there's no mix van. It's 6 colors. They're nice companion palettes to other palettes, or if you had all of them, you kind of have a lot of what you need then. I love this palette though. I love the formula. I love how it performs. I love how my eyeballs look right now. I particularly love the first look I ever did with it, which was the First Impressions. Yes, First Impressions was the first look I ever did it, and that's when I was really hyper in that video. I'm sorry. But I love it. I think you can't go wrong with the price of these for the quality of them, the colours, everything. I just like them. I can't help it. I like them. This is my 2 looks. So let me know in the comments what you think. Which look, even including my First Impressions, which look was your favourite? This one's growing on me. Now, the more I look at it, I'm like, I'm kind of feeling this one. I'll be between this one and the First Impressions, I think. I love look number 1, don't get me wrong. I always like my looks, but I don't know, I love a halo shape on my eye. I can't help it. It's my favourite kind of shape to put on my eye. I just think it suits my eye shape so well. Also, don't forget to hit some thumbs up down below, give me a big like, because it's the easiest, simplest, and it's free way to get my videos around to more people. If you want to give me a little bit extra support, it always helps me out, so thank you so much. Also hit subscribe down below to see more palettes, to see the rest of these bad boys coming up. I've got these bad boys coming up, and I've got a colour series look coming up at the end of the month, and another, what have I got? I think it's liquid lipsticks is next month for my up close swatches and all that jazz. Also, my Instagram is linked down below. I said it multiple times in this video. My Instagram is linked down below, so you can see all the up close pictures of these looks, eyes and full face pictures, so you can see it all up close and personal. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop rambling, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye!